Welcome again, Virgo. Dadhichi Toth here from astrology.com.au. Just settling in, getting a little bit comfortable here in my little office, looking at your horoscope to see what may be going on throughout the month of July 2015. And, the Sun and Mars conjunction is taking place in the 11th house of your horoscope, which is all about friendships. But these are hot and fiery planets. Mars in particular, not being all that friendly to your sun sign, is not especially a good omen there, particularly when we see that these two planets, they sit in what we call a T-square at this moment in time, indicating a lot of challenges. And the karmic nodes, the North and South node, being in this second house and 8th house, of course, make reference to your finances and your shared resources with others, how you handle your money, your income. And these are somewhat cultural factors which show that you may be out of step with others, may be in disagreement, and may in fact be in all-out war with at least one person. So you need to keep your eye on that and understand that your values are not always going to be what other people's values are. And we do see that that could become an issue. Now, I also say that too because although the month commences with the moon in your 4th house of domestics, by the 2nd, we see it getting very, very strong. It will be a full moon in your 5th house of love affairs, speculation, creativity, and children. That's going to directly oppose the Sun and Mars in your 11th house. And that brings with it some impulse. And possibly just after that time is when your emotions will be trigger happy, if I could use that term. So after that point, do be careful. There's a transformative influence that occurs when any planet is in the vicinity of Pluto. Pluto is the natural ruler of Scorpio, which is your 3rd ruler, being in the 5th house. So there's an intimate link between communications, children, young people, and lovers. So what may be happening there, especially with this full moon, is that a whole new paradigm, a whole new emotional awakening can take place. But that may not really take root until after the new moon, which again is going to be in that 11th house, which seems to be the theme this month for you, after the 19th. Let me have a look at that. I think it's the 16th is when the new moon occurs in that 11th house. So interesting times ahead for you this month in that area of friendships. The 11th house also has reference to siblings, elder siblings if you have any. If not, then just generally brothers and sisters. And there is a dictum in Vedic astrology that says, when the planet that rules over these affairs, that is Mars, which rules over siblings, happens to be in that zone of siblings, then there can be problems either between you and that person or for that person themselves. We do see that their relationships, their marital circumstances may be under the hammer right now. It could be when that full moon takes place in that 5th house, which actually for the siblings refers to their marital circumstances. You might actually get involved a little too much. Be careful of that. Some of these situations need to be resolved by the people themselves. And although you may be well intentioned, there can be problems that ensue from what they might perceive as meddling. Now, the nice thing I do see in your horoscope, I don't want to leave you with completely bad news this month, is the ruling planet for Virgo, Mercury, still transiting that 10th house in the sign of Gemini, the other sign of Mercury. So this is very, very strong in terms of your communication and any sort of thinking or conceptualization for your work. So Virgo should still be experiencing at least up until the 9th. So use this first week of the month very, very cleverly to push forward your agenda in work and to achieve the sorts of things you are looking for professionally this month, and you can have that. So letter writing, business planning is all very, very well governed by this planet to give you exceptionally good results. After the 9th, there will be a conjunction of Mercury, firstly with Mars in that 11th house, and then with the Sun a little later on. So these are key periods where you need to be careful. That, for example, is the first transit is July 7th. And then we see, let me have a look here. We're seeing Mercury moving into the conjunction of the Sun, on the 13th. And that is particularly difficult one for your professional situation. We may find that you have to go away for your work or work in quiet, or you may simply just want to have some time out from your work at that point. I'm trying to find the conjunction of Mercury to the position of Mars. I'm not quite figuring out how we've got on this list here transit into the sign of Cancer on the 9th. Oh, I see. Sorry, those dates I gave you may not be quite correct there. So very soon after the 9th, maybe the 13th, we see the conjunction with Mars, and then around the 15th, 16th, we're going to see that conjunction with the Sun. The Mars one is particularly troublesome as well, because that can create a bit of a tongue lashing, maybe being called out on something which causes you to retaliate. So take care around those dates in particular. Later in the month, we see the transit of Venus, a very friendly planet for you, as I said, moving into your sun sign. That brings with it usually some more social activity and a bit of a better feeling about yourself. And then, however, it goes into the retrograde motion, which gives it some strength. And it's at that point, I think, you can start to see the really, really good benefits of the planet Venus. And that occurs after the 25th. So a lot of power to you towards the end of the month. As I said at the beginning of the reading, astrology.com.au is the domain that I own and run. I'd love you to come and join me there if you'd like some more information. Lots of stuff going on. We are slowly developing the new look. Please be patient with us. There's 3,900 pages in the site, so it's not always easy to keep track of every little detail, especially when we've just moved to a new platform. But you're welcome there, and you're also welcome to avail yourself of my personal services if you'd like a more detailed analysis of your own horoscope. Look forward to your company next month. Take care and good luck. Bye-bye.